Hello again. Hope you enjoyed that last session. So now, in this break, we're going to talk about fax machines. I know, not the newest of technologies, but there are a few things about fax machines that you really should be aware of. First, if you're using real fax machines on real phone lines, it is one of the most secure means of transferring data, which is why so many medical offices, insurance companies, banks, and government agencies still use them. And they're going to be using them for a while. So you need to be used to the idea that they can be the most secure means of communication. That being said, a lot of faxing nowadays is done through eFaxing, meaning instead of a traditional fax machine, you have a fax server that acts like a fax machine and sends out documents that are stored on it as PDF files or any number of other document formats. Now, this is very neat and convenient because instead of me having to feed 100 pages into a fax machine and wait and tie up a phone line on my end, I can upload a 100-page file, type in what number I want it to go to, hit submit, go away, my fax will eventually get out there. The problem is, eFaxes often allow me to send by emailing the PDF as an attachment to a predetermined fax out email address. Now, the moment I do that, I'm emailing an unsecure PDF. So the entirety of security that I'm trying to achieve with the fax machine is now undermined because I just sent that same data in an unsecured email. But you're going to say, well, that problem can easily be overcome. Log on to the fax server, upload your document through an encrypted connection, hit send, you're all set. Yes, that's right. On your end, you've just protected the data. Good job. However, on the other end, what if the recipient is using an eFax, which converts the fax to a PDF and emails it? All your efforts have just been thwarted. So, tech tip of the day, if you're going to rely on a fax machine for security, A, make sure that you don't email the PDF to the fax server, but rather either use a physical fax machine or upload to the fax server through an encrypted connection on its website. And B, just as important, ask your recipient whether they use a physical fax machine or an eFax. And if they're using an eFax and you're trying to make sure that the data stays secure, ask them to disable the function that emails a PDF attachment to their email address before you send that fax. They can then log into their eFax, download that file, and then turn their eFax to email feature back on for their non-secure faxes later. So avoid data breaches that you can really, really easily avoid by just not using an eFax as an email of PDFs. Take care and see you after your next session.